Hey, everybody. As you may notice at the beginning of this podcast, my microphone sounds bad. Once again, I forgot to put the right input for my microphone, so it's recording out of my laptop mic. Fortunately, I do notice it about 20 minutes into the podcast, so at some point you'll hear my voice get way better. So please don't leave. With that in mind, please enjoy the show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Noodles at Noon, the show that focuses on things that are not worth focusing on. I am your host who, at the current time that you are listening to this, if you're listening it at the current time you should be listening to it, which is the second it comes out or the second Noah remembers to post it, I am currently chilling on a beach in Mexico, not thinking about this podcast. And we are joined, as always, by our co-host, who is currently chilling at my brother's house. It's Noah.
Hello. Yeah, any astute listeners to the podcast will know that last week's episode went up like 4 hours late because I was working, and about 2 p.m. rolled around and I realized, oh, I was supposed to post the podcast this week. Like every week.
As opposed to every other week when you post it. In Noah's defense, I sent him the somewhat edited podcast the night before at like 11 p.m. So it's not like he could get it, scheduled up then. So
it's okay. I never publish them before Monday anyway. So
okay, cool. And we are joined this week by our special guest, who is currently, I don't know, probably somewhere, maybe at work. He might be at work. It's Daniel.
What's up, everybody? How are you?
Oh, we're absolutely decent. And I'm in Mexico, so I'm doing great. I'm just pretending I'm in Mexico already.
The time warp of the podcast. So, like, a little behind the curtains, like while we're recording this, our video, so I can see Ben and Noah. You guys are looking very handsome. Good to see you.
Thank you very much.
But we're pretending we're in other locales. So, yep, I get it. I'm gonna have to shift my mind to the time warp. We'll make it. We'll make it.
Yeah.
This is Monday at noon. It's a live podcast.
It's funny. Well, so I'm pretending I'm in another country on a beach sipping a glass of water, and Noah's pretending he's in my brother's house. So it might be easier. You could just imagine that my brother's house looks just like Noah's spare bedroom. So
right.
Yeah, mine's a little easier to understand.
Yeah.
To picture.
So your assumption is correct. I will be pretending that I am editing a video and maybe out shooting another video and then coming back in and editing more.
Oh, well, there you go. That's the perfect life.
That's the plan
I
for
don't know.
Monday.
This is noon. Usually at noon, because I sit right behind Daniel, he's watching Frisbee golf videos on his computer. So,
Daniel, do you play Frisbee golf?
Let's get the nomenclature correct here, because this is a hot button issue.
Yeah,
It is
it's
called
disc
golf, not Frisbee
okay.
golf. Come on,
and
Noah.
if you're gonna call it Frisbee golf, which you shouldn't, because Frisbee is its own company, you will call it by its actual name, Frolf.
Frolf.
Yes. I think I'm first on the weekly updates list, and at the time of recording, so I'll just say this, on Friday, I went to go see the new Space Jam movie, and let me say, it's interesting.
Tell us more.
Like we were trying to guess whether, Ben, you saw this movie genuinely, ironically, out of what was your arm being twisted? So it was interesting.
Well, it wasn't necessarily being twisted in the sense that people were making me go. It was being twisted in the sense that some friends who also help with the youth group that I volunteer with invited me to go, and I wanted to say yes because I wanted to seem cool. So it was my own internal ego that was twisting my arm rather
good
than
old-fashioned
somebody
peer
else.
pressure.
Oh yes, the best. I had a great time because of the people I'm with, and I won't say any more than that because this week's sponsor is Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers bringing you instant classics like
Space Jam.
Maybe this isn't a good.
The
Maybe
Lego
this isn't
movie.
a good sponsor. Oh, did they do
the Lego movie?
All the Lego movies. Except they lost the rights to that. They sold
To
it to somebody
Sony.
else.
Oh man.
I thought all the Lego movies were Sony anyway.
They were all Warner Animation Group, but they just sold it to somebody. But the new company hasn't made any movies with it. So
They got Chris Pratt. They got my boy Chris Pratt. So that is my official movie review of Space Jam. Interesting. Go with friends who like to laugh at things.
Are you familiar with the old school Looney Tunes? Like the old... Yeah, like...
I know Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner. I liked them. Those are my favorite. I know like the whole like "What's up, Doc?" thing and Bugs Bunny and.
So how did I'm sure they like did modern 3D animation and like revoiced the characters. Did it feel like, how did it feel? That's my gripe with these like reboots of old classic stuff, is like it just has this weird sheen that feels, it just feels gross. It doesn't feel right.
So I'd say a majority, like when LeBron James, because it has LeBron James in it, even though he's not the greatest he's not the greatest basketball player of all time. But as he's like going around getting the Looney Tunes, they're all their normal animation. And then as soon as the basketball game starts, they switched to Uncanny Valley 3D animation. And it's not good.
What?
So like it's like a whole thing.
Right.
It's got Don Cheadle in it. And that's basically all I can say.
He's the bad guy, right?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Bad guy Don Cheadle. It also has Michael Jordan in it. That's actually
Really?
There's actually one really funny part where Wile E. Coyote's like, "Guys, I found Michael Jordan," and he like does this whole like epic introduction, and it's Michael B. Jordan. Which
comedy,
which was pretty funny. So
that's funny.
I'll give it
Wait
that.
a minute.
That was.
Did you say Wile E. Coyote was talking?
No, not Wile E. Coyote. I did say that,
Okay.
but the black and white cat, whose name I can't remember.
Okay. Sylvester.
Sylvester, yes. I forget
That
you were there when they were all drawn, Daniel.
That's right. I originally worked for Bugs Bunny. No, I don't know.
I worked for Bugs Bunny. There was lots of
Personal
carrots.
assistant.
He was a great boss. Everyone had really good eyesight. So I got to see Space Jam. Also, Thursday was my birthday. I'm now 23 years old. I had to think about it. Yeah, it was a good birthday. I worked. I finally got my car back. It took 2 weeks and a day. But
Man.
I was
my
going to
car,
say, it's a 3-episode saga at this
It
point
is.
about your car.
The best worst birthday present ever.
I know, because it ended up costing $800 more than I was originally quoted. Because they didn't just have to replace that one part; they had to replace my entire like brake line system. As you guys know, I talk about this often. I like collecting baseball cards, and I was driving from Denver. We picked up the car and went to dinner there, and I was driving from there to my brother and sister-in-law's house because we were going to watch the season finale of Loki, which I was super obsessed with because I thought it was a great show. And then I realized that I had passed my brother and sister-in-law on the way back. So I was like, oh, I don't want to beat them to their own house because whatever. So I pulled into a Walmart to buy myself some baseball cards because you can still buy baseball cards at Walmart. You can't buy them at Target.
But you can't buy Pokemon cards.
Nope. You can't buy any sort
Walmart.
of trading cards at Target anymore. But you can buy them at Walmart. So I went, and they still keep them in like the same place you keep the cigarettes because it's a vice, and apparently, and I was treated as such because I got like we call them blaster boxes. It's just got like a bunch of cards in them, and then just a normal pack, and the total came to like $24, which is a lot of money for baseball cards, but it was my birthday. And so I had to have somebody. I normally, like before they started hiding them places, I would just grab them and do self-checkout. But I had to check out with the person who grabbed them from the cigarette container. And she was scanning them. She's like, your total's 24 whatever. And then I was like, okay. And I started paying. She's like, do you ever feel bad for spending that much on baseball cards?
What?
Whoa, no. Oh, my gosh.
And I just looked at her and I was like, I don't know what to say because No, I don't. But also, why do you ask?
So
That's
the perfect
so
opportunity
weird.
there would have been better than spending $24 on you, babe.
Ooh. No, she was.
Ooh.
I don't know.
She was definitely like 18, and it was
Okay.
definitely like my 23rd birthday.
Okay.
So that was my birthday. My birthday present for my parents, keeping on the baseball theme, was I got to go to the Major League Baseball All-Star Game, which was in Denver, Colorado this year. So I got to hop on a plane, a small little seaplane that took off from Fairbanks, Alaska, and flew 14 hours to
Privately chartered.
Yeah,
by your
privately
parents.
chartered. It's the guy who delivers our mail. Actually, he tosses it out of the back of the plane. But I got to fly with him. He flew me to Denver, and I got to attend the Major League All-Star Game, as well as the Home Run Derby, and the Futures Game, the Celebrity Softball Game, which apparently there's somebody named Jojo Siwa that people like.
You got to see JoJo Siwa?
Oh,
That's
Noah
amazing.
likes her.
Whoa. Man, first the president gets to meet Olivia, what's her face?
Rodrigo?
And Ben gets to meet JoJo.
I didn't meet her. She was on
You
a
met her
baseball
from
field,
afar.
and I wasn't, which is sad.
Well, okay, so for an ignorant baseball person here, you say a celebrity baseball game. Like, I picture they bring in a bunch of celebrities to, like, play baseball. Like Celebrity Jeopardy or something. I assume
So
that's not what it is.
Oh, that's 100% what it is, except it's celebrity softball,
Right.
Oh,
not
okay.
baseball. So it's
So the
slow
ball's a
pitch
little
softball.
bigger.
Yeah. And it'll be like popular celebrities like Anthony Mackie, the new Captain America. He was there. Jojo Siwa was there. Some DJ named Steve Aoki was there. But then like they'll normally bring in like local celebrities. So for Denver, they had like Von Miller of the Denver Broncos was there.
Ooh.
Right.
Some former players of the Colorado Rockies were there, which is always funny when they have former baseball players, because
Yeah.
they bring out their like temporary fencing for like the wall.
The short
Which is like-
field, yeah.
Yeah, it's like 250 feet because it's slow pitch softball. And then one of the former Rockies gets up and almost hits it out of the actual stadium.
The actual park.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's cool. He's like 60.
Well, happy birthday, Ben. That sounds like a great
Yeah,
week.
happy birthday.
It was a good week. I enjoyed it immensely. And now to tell us about his birthday week is Noah, because he just has to remember all the way back to his birthday week.
Let's see. My birthday was 9 months ago. I don't remember anything about it. So, Daniel, what's new with you?
How was your birthday, Daniel?
That was the greatest
Daniel,
weekly
how was your
update
last
I've ever heard.
Jesse and I have a new video that, at the time of this recording, is coming out in 15 minutes. At the time of this podcast, it is posted, and I'll be sure to post it in the Discord. But Jesse and I got a bunch of candies at an Asian market when we were in Seattle, including Ha Flakes, grass jelly drink, some rice candies, and a few other things. And so we made just a goofy video of trying these candies, and then I edited a bunch of weird stuff in it. So it was really fun. Jesse makes a lot of great facial expressions. That's mostly what the video is about, is just watching
Right.
Jesse make funny facial expressions. So go check that out. It's pretty sweet.
Where can people
'Cause
find
it's-
that, Noah?
They can find that on YouTube. The Chubby Pirate is the
If
name
you
of
type
my
in
channel.
YouTube into your browser, it'll take you right to the Chubby Pirate.
So if you're on a Windows computer, look for Microsoft Edge, or if you have Google Chrome installed.
Let's break it all the way down. First, go to the start menu.
Yeah. First, go to Microsoft Edge and download a Chrome extension, and then
Yeah, download
and then-
Chrome. We'll start
and then
with that.
hide Microsoft Edge.
The Chubby Pirate. Have you ever explained why the Chubby Pirate's your handle?
Yeah,
I mean,
because
I've seen you. You're
We've
not
met you, Noah.
necessarily chubby, and
you're one of the more slender individuals I know.
you don't speak like a pirate.
He actually used to. I don't.
Okay.
I don't know how long you've known him, Daniel, but he definitely used to talk like a pirate in second grade.
Yeah, it was one of those random things. And actually, I'm trying to come up with a name change because I don't want it to be offensive at all. And
To who?
To pirates.
It's kind of a weird name. There was a point several years ago when Facebook let you set like a username. So if you typed in like facebook.com/whatever, it would go to your page. And so my Facebook name was Chubby Custard because
Ooh,
it's
that's
like
worse.
it's worse.
Yeah.
Because it was like tubby custard, but just slightly grosser. So then when I got a Twitter a few years ago, I don't know. I think I was just like scanning the room and saw like something pirate related and just came up with the Chubby Pirate. So there is no real meaning behind it.
Right.
I thought you were going to say Chubby Custard was taken.
Chubby Custard was taken. It might be. I don't know. Do you guys think I should go back to that?
I don't know. Well, that's awesome. That'll be fun to watch that video. That's one of the great things about traveling, you know, especially internationally, is heading down to whatever the version of the convenience store is and just grabbing a bunch of things that look totally random and seeing what they're like.
That's exactly what we did. Just anything that we didn't recognize or it didn't like have enough English on it to really tell us what it was. We're just like, grab that.
Right.
And some of it was good. Most of it was mediocre. I think that's the takeaway. A lot of it was mediocre.
No, like full on gag moments or anything?
No, nothing too bad. The Jesse, I discovered, really does not like rock candy, which made me really sad because I really like rock candy. But no, nothing too bad. There was one candy, like a rice candy, that we couldn't tell if it had a rice wrapper or if it was like a plastic wrapper, so we just ate it. And I think it was supposed to be edible, but we weren't entirely sure.
You think it was supposed to be edible?
And technically, plastic is edible.
Yeah, technically anything's edible. You can chew it out and take it down. Back in my shellfish days and my living in Asia days, we ran across this place. They had a thing on the item called Pow Pow Shrimp, and I ordered it, and it was like kind of this spicy tempura like covered shrimp, but it was also coated in Pop Rocks, like literal candy Pop Rocks. Yep. So you take a bite and it's like blowing up in your mouth and burning you and tasting like shrimp.
That sounds awesome. Was it good or was it just too weird?
It was weird. It was a crazy experience. I mean, but I'm still talking about it.
So Daniel, I see here in the edit notes that you have a note that says pulling a 1080 in front of Tony Hawk, and I just really have to know what that story's about.
Yeah, man. Oh, I don't know about you guys, but like I'm excited for the Olympics. I like watching the Olympics. I like watching some of the lead up to the Olympics and all that kind of stuff. It's been fun to watch the women's national soccer team and their like games prepping for the Olympics. But one of the things I ran across this week was a tournament in which, you know, skateboarding is now part of the Olympics, and so there's this tournament where they're skating, and it's got some of like the old celebrities. I mean, this is the X Game mode. The X Games, so Tony Hawk's in there and all this kind of stuff. But in competition, there's this kid. He's 12 years old, and his name is Guy Curry. And he pulls a 1080 in front of Tony Hawk in competition. Now, I don't know if a 12-year-old can be in the Olympics, but you know, whatever. It was epic. This is a video here. I'll put it in the chat so you guys can see it.
And you can also see it on noodlespodcast.com.
Noodlespodcast.com. I apologize. I know it's never cool to like use a video or an image as like an illustration in a podcast, but hey, this is where we're at. Find us on Discord or noodlespodcast.com, and you can watch this video.
Noodlespodcast.com.
But it is epic. I mean, it shows a couple of, you know, the kids kind of going back and forth, getting his elevation going on this big old ramp, and bam, he pulls it. And a 1080, for those who don't know, is three 360s essentially in a row, and then he lands it. it's worth commenting on in the video. Like the kid's super, like it's an emotional release. Like when he's done, he's up on top of the ramp and he's like tearing up and he's crying a little bit, and everybody's congratulating him. Tony Hawk gives him a big old hug. The commentator on there is like, you go boy, you like get your tears out, and he's like, okay, time to stop crying, but then he catches himself and he's like, no, like we as male men people, we need to be able to express our emotions. So it's funny to hear the commentator catch himself. But it's an epic video. Good job, Guy Curry. We're going to be hearing that name quite a bit, I'm sure. 12 years old, just landed a 1080 in competition. It's inspiring. It's cool.
Wow.
I thought you had pulled amazing. A 1080 in front of Tony Hawk.
Right. No,
I know. I have to say I'm a little disappointed.
That's the fun of that was the fun of that note. I knew it would be a little bit misleading and confusing, but hey, that's all good.
It's the only reason we asked you on the podcast, Daniel. I mean, I feel lied to.
Right. Hey, you got to do what you got to do. I'm working on my guest appearance count. I got to beat I think my main competition is Jessie at this point. Is that? I don't know.
Yeah, I think she's
got to get those appearances up
at the most.
Yeah.
Nepotism. Come on, man. But it's been a good week.
It's been a long time. It's good to have you back.
Yeah. No, it's been good. Been enjoying the summer. It's beautiful in the part of the world in which we live. It could be northern or southern hemisphere, but this might be a giveaway. It is at least northern hemisphere. We're enjoying summer. Melissa and I are Melissa's my girlfriend, aka wife. But we're super into paddleboarding. It's a super tranquil, nice thing to do. So we've been paddleboarding a bunch the last couple of weeks. And last night we were at a very long, narrow reservoir that is named after an equestrian style animal near the town where we live. And when you get into hobbies that like kind of introduce you to new cultures and new groups of people, it's always a little bit interesting. Like, do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like, we've been going to reservoirs and doing this thing pretty frequently, and there is just a different kind of people who hang out at the lake in the evenings and on the weekends. Lake people are they're great. They are super laid back, super chill, love to party. I don't know, man. Lake people. We were cruising around like the coves of this reservoir. This reservoir has a lot of little coves with trees and stuff hidden back in there. We come around this corner and I can start to hear music, and I can start to hear like this weird country music, and sure enough, like there's 6 paddleboards pulled up on the side, and like kind of up on this flat rock, there's like these 6 like middle-aged like ladies like playing music and totally having a dance party, like living their best life. It's great. Like, it's not, it's not
were they dancing on the paddleboards?
They were like had pulled up on the shore. Okay. But like, it felt like you're watching something that's going down in like a bar or something, but nope, they were just on the side of the lake living their best life, dancing. It was great. We've been enjoying it. It was a beautiful night on the water.
Nice. You're a lake people now.
I guess by definition, we are now lake people when you go to the lake.
Congratulations. We need to get you like a good time, like a shirt, lake people shirt.
Lake people. Yeah. When you know, you know.
When you know.
I think you need to like grow your hair out now. Get like, I don't know. There's definitely a style of people that hang out. Like the kind of hipster looking hat. I don't know. Right. Like a loose t-shirt and some
like
sandals.
A hat with like.
Yeah, like a hat like that. Exactly.
That's
hat with
like the mesh back trucker hat.
The mesh back hat.
A sunset on it.
Something mountainy related.
If any of our listeners know what Patagonia is, basically just
that.
Yeah.
But not the actual Patagonia in South America. The Patagonia that exists in like Jack's Army surplus stores and anywhere else you get your outdoor wear.
Cabela's.
Speaking of, like, when you become a lake person, you also start spending a whole lot more time at stores like Jack's. And I gotta say, there's a long time where I thought Jack's and me like had there was no overlap. The store Jack's and me, but dude, that store is amazing. I love that store. You can get anything at that store.
You can get anything at Jack's. You can get rope. You can get like a canteen. You can get an army helmet.
Food.
I got some paddleboard accessories one time. I got a sweet pair of hiking like trail shoes for 50% off. I've gotten pine shavings so that I can like pack my smoker and like tend to my bees there. They got everything at Jack's.
Sounds like I need to pay a visit.
Have you not been to a Jack's?
I have not been to a Jack's in like half my life.
Hey, you want to go with me today? I have to go buy some shoes.
Okay.
Sweet. Let's do it.
You gotta go. You'll enjoy it. It's a good place.
It is a great place. Well, that's awesome. I'll have to become a lake person, I guess. My family, we're not big outdoorsy people. So my family, we used to go camping like once a year, like not like backpack camping, but like go to a campsite, pitch a tent, and stay there. And I guess the reason that we did this is that we all individually thought everybody else liked it, but we personally hated it until one year we figured out that, oh wait, we all hate doing this? Why do we do it? So then we
none of us are enjoying this.
Wait, none of us are having a good time.
Everyone's super grumpy, snipping at each other.
Exactly. But just because we thought everybody else liked it, but none of us did.
I hate camping coffee. Wait, you hate camping coffee too?
I hate camping coffee. So that was a good day in our household when we figured out that we'd never had to go camping again.
We got you, Ben. Let next time we go out to the lake, we'll let you know. We'll get you out there.
We'll do some frolfing.
Yeah, on the lake.
We'll go some laking.
You'll have little like buoys with the net on it, and then you just
frol
from your paddleboard. We got a new sport going here. That's true.
That would take so long.
Yeah.
Well, guys.
Noah. Well, that works out. Do we have any reviews or feedback from this week?
We don't, and we're kind of pushing time a little bit, so we could go ahead and jump right into a game.
Well, let's do that. I will say this. If you want to leave a speak pipe, you go to noodlespodcast.com.
Noodlespodcast.com.
And you click on the Contact Us page, and there's a big orange button that says Start Recording. And you start recording a speak pipe that will go straight to Noah's voicemail. So make sure you do that. Speak pipe question for this week, going off the Olympics like Daniel was talking about. If you had got a phone call from Team USA or Team Australia or wherever you are, and you had to participate in the Olympics, the Tokyo Olympics, in a couple like days at this point, but you had to choose an event to participate in, and the only amount of time you had to prepare was between now and the Olympics, what event would you choose and why? That's our speak pipe question.
That's a good question. And I appreciate you being inclusive to our Australian audience. Shout out to Stuffedy on Twitch, Stuffedy.
Although it's not really the Summer Olympics for them.
No,
it's winter there.
That's true.
Weird.
Whoa.
Not very sensitive of the Olympic Committee.
No. It's not.
Yeah,
come on.
That you're excluding half of the Earth.
Definitely Northern Hemisphere focused. I mean, Argentinians and Australians and New Zealanders, I mean, the Kiwis should be up in arms.
Well, if you think about it, they recently had the Summer Olympics in Brazil, but it was technically winter.
Yeah. Well, it's never
they're
winter.
close to the equator, so it doesn't really turn.
Man, that's interesting. We're gonna have to organize something. I don't know, a protest or a petition or something.
A coup d'etat.
What's the Olympic sport that nobody ever watches? That's the one I'd go for. Like discus,
badminton.
There's got to be some discus people though.
The string, the dancing, and you have the ribbon dancing.
I would pay an incredibly large sum of money to watch Noah do ribbon dancing in the Olympics.
That would
That's
be
my
amazing.
sport of choice.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
I would join the men's Olympic baseball team.
Yeah.
Because that's
true.
apparently
You
a
would.
thing again this year.
Hey.
And Daniel's doing skateboarding because he's doing 1080s in front of Tony Hawk.
That's
I
true.
don't know. Yeah.
Synchronized swimming would be pretty cool. Just any sport where I get to really express myself.
I agree.
You're so emotive. Yeah, you just like don't get enough opportunities to like really just let your true self out. Yeah.
Yeah. Just feel free to be me.
Well, make sure
Unfortunately, I
you
think
leave.
this is me.
That's what the podcast is for, Noah. If you want to answer that question, go to noodlespodcast.com
Newspodcast.com.
and leave a speak pipe. But let's get into those games. And Noah, you have the first game.
All right, we're bringing back a game this week. Are you guys ready to find out what's happening next door?
Oh yeah.
We lost Michael's soundboard, so this is the best we can do.
Yeah, we got to make our own sound effects. Pew 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 pew.
All right, I have 3 posts from the social media platform Nextdoor. I'm going to read the titles of these posts and then leave out one keyword, and you guys are going to have to figure out, you're going to have to fill in that blank. So, Daniel, as the guest, we're going to jump right into this and ask you the first question. This was posted on Nextdoor. It says, friends and neighbors, is anyone interested in meeting monthly to discuss the blank? So, Daniel, your question is, what does this neighbor want to meet to discuss monthly?
Well, I feel like I have an unfair advantage because I am a member of Nextdoor in my local community, and this post actually came up on our local thing this week, and it said, would anyone like to meet weekly to discuss the wild turkeys? Because in our residential neighborhood, we have a group of wild turkeys. On dusky evenings, you can hear them gorbling across the neighborhood, and people are standing out in front of their houses, gorbling back, trying to call them out. So this is true. It is to discuss the wild turkeys.
Daniel, has anyone seen the turkeys?
I saw the turkeys. I had to wake up at an ungodly time this week to go to work too early, and as I was driving out of my neighborhood, in like the pre-dawn murk in front of me, I saw the wild turkeys kind of walking across. That would be hilarious if it was really just a bunch of neighbors gorbling across the neighborhood at each other. But I have seen the turkeys with my own eyes more than once.
All right. Daniel says wild turkeys. Ben, what's your guess?
I'm going to say Y2K. Because I feel like there could be like a conspiracy theory that it actually happened and we're just living in the fallout of it. So I think they want to talk about their Y2K conspiracy theory monthly.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Yeah, because it is a monthly. It's an ongoing thing. Like this is this is a group.
Here's a fun Ben story. I once worked for an electric company that provided electricity to some of the more rural communities in Fairbanks, Alaska. And at one point they were like they were commemorating like one of their former presidents of the company. And they had me, the intern, go through a bunch of their old like newsletters and stuff that were like legit magazines of like when he was the president of the company, and like find articles and stuff about him. And they were all like from 1999 and 2000, and like every single magazine had an article in it about Y2K. And like, because I mean, it's like an electrical co-op, and it was like, hey guys, you're probably not going to lose your electricity, we promise, but if you do, here's what you do.
Don't freak out.
That stuff. Don't freak out, but if it happens,
make sure you get a big bag of beans.
Exactly.
A couple
Some
bottles
potatoes.
of water.
Very starchy foods.
Just eat your beans and potatoes till the lights come on.
Exactly.
Y2K.
So Y2K is my answer.
All right, so Ben says Y2K. Daniel says the wild turkeys. The answer, friends and neighbors. Is anyone interested in meeting monthly to discuss the JFK assassination?
Oh.
Hang on.
Yeah, Ben, I think you've got a
It's kind of a conspiracy theory.
Old news conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I think I have to give that one to Ben. I would be interested to know more details. Is it like, hey, this is a history club where we're going to talk about the assassination, or is it like a conspiracy club where we're going to talk about the fallout of the assassination? Or
It's definitely a conspiracy club about how there's a conspiracy that like the FBI killed JFK. Whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. You could talk. There's lots to talk about. Maybe we'll have them on the podcast and they can tell us all the latest news.
I'm afraid we can't. JFK is dead.
No, the guy who's running the JFK club.
Oh, that makes more sense.
As a neighbor of the guy running the JFK club, I feel like I'd kind of start judging them a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be like a warning flag.
Maybe stay away from that neighbor.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't go to
man.
their house for. Don't trick or treat. Don't trick or treat
Yeah.
at their house.
You never know.
All right, next question. This one's going to go to Ben first. This is a top post on Nextdoor. IHOP is blank.
Racist. IHOP is racist because they call
Wow.
themselves the International House of Pancakes. But are they?
Are there IHOPs outside of the U.S.?
I've never seen one. There's not one here in Mexico, where I currently am.
Right.
How awesome would that be? You walk
And
out
that's
onto
not
your
very
Mexican
international.
beach and there's an IHOP right there.
I would love that. I love pancakes.
Sticky tables and everything.
All right, Daniel, what do you think?
Am I metagaming? Like, is this a single word answer or is this a phrase?
It could be either one.
Okay.
It could be a phrase.
I think IHOP is out of syrup. I mean, I think as a neighbor, you've got to warn your neighbors. You got to let them know. So IHOP, in fact, is out of syrup. So
All right, Ben going with the accusatory IHOP is racist. Daniel going with the much more simple IHOP is out of syrup. The correct answer, top post, IHOP is out of butter.
Oh no!
whoa.
So you guys, one of you was real close. I think I'm going to give it to Ben.
Ah, thank you.
No, I'm just
Wait.
kidding. So yes, indeed. Daniel, really, really close. Butter, syrup. This guy says that IHOP is out of butter. Take your own, because pancakes without butter is stupid.
Take your own.
Truth.
Will IHOP let you bring your own butter?
Yeah, if you bring it in, do they make you use like the proprietary IHOP butter? I don't know.
Man. I like his description, though, that pancakes without butter is stupid, which is true.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I also like how it never enters this guy's mind to not go to IHOP.
Right, because everybody goes every day.
Right,
Yeah, everyone
yeah.
goes every day. So he's like, so when you do your daily pilgrimage to IHOP, make sure you bring your own butter this time.
Yeah,
It's
don't
not
want you
like-
to be disappointed.
Yeah, hey, don't go to IHOP. They don't have any butter. Save your money. Eat at home. Spend time with your family.
For sure.
It's when you go there, bring your own butter.
Yeah, you gotta have your own butter. I keep a whole pat. Is that what you call it? Yeah, a pat in my wallet at all times, just in case.
Has it not
Ew.
melted?
All right, so Daniel clearly takes that point 1-1. For the final round, possible cult activity at Nixon Library. During the entirety of my library visit, which was about an hour, I watched this man blank, and this is a phrase. I do not know what his agenda is, but I have a feeling it could be cult or Illuminati related. Good night. So,
Oh,
Okay.
good night.
somebody's watching a guy in the library for an hour,
First of
and
all,
this man is doing something.
anyone who finishes their Nextdoor post with "Good night," probably part of a cult.
It sounds threatening.
Man.
So, Daniel, we take it back to you. What was this
Wow.
man doing?
I thought I had an answer, but then like he's by himself, so that changes it. I was gonna like throw a shade back to Ben. He was playing D&D with his friends in the library. I think this guy was rearranging the books. I think he was like putting some books in backwards, some upside down. He's like putting some on the top shelf, some on the bottom shelf. And this individual thought that he was trying to censor the books in which people would see. So therefore he was part of a cult. He was rearranging the books.
Ooh, yes. Gotta hide all those Ayn Rand novels and stuff like that. Perfect. Good censorship.
What's wrong with playing D&D in the library, Daniel?
Nothing, Ben.
I've never done that also. Oh, there's a guitar.
What is going on? Daniel's moving his
Showing
camera.
my D&D map on the wall from like the game that we played not too long ago.
Nice. I need to get back
All
into
right.
playing D&D.
So, rearranging the books. Ben, what's your thought?
I think it could be as simple as he's just reading something. So I'm going to say he was reading the Bible. And this person thought it was cult related, which in fairness could be. But as someone who's been in many cults, the library is a great place to do some cultish activities. So I'm going to go with reading the Bible.
All right, Ben's getting deep there. All right, so we have rearranging books or reading the Bible. Possible cult activity at Nixon Library. During the entirety of my library visit, which was about an hour, I watched this man stare at photos of Gary Busey and print them off. I do not know what his agenda is.
It's a cult.
But I have a feeling it could be cult or Illuminati related.
It's a cult. It's
Red
a Gary Busey
flags
cult.
all over.
Like, ooh. Wow, it's a cult.
And then there's also a picture attached here, which is just a man on like one of the library computers staring at pictures of Gary Busey and printing them out.
Oh, man.
I'm not sure who to give this one to.
It's a cult.
Neither of you really were very close. So here's what I'm thinking. Last time Daniel was on the show, I don't think he won a game. So I'm going to give it to Daniel so that he feels like he can continue to come on the show.
Nothing better than pity points. I love it.
I'll approve of that.
Okay. As long as we're all agreed.
At least I know I got it legitimately.
Yeah.
That's great.
And Daniel, as the winner of the game, that means you get to play your own game. And I hear you have a good one prepared.
Here we go. Yeah, thanks for the pity points, Noah. I appreciate it. We all know that if there's one thing about the Noodles at Noon games is that they're completely objective. There's no subjectivity to them. So here comes another completely objective game. This is, can you guess the animal based on its really, really old description?
Ooh.
So these are going to be historical descriptions from literature that describe animals as people were exploring and encountering these things for the first time. And you have to guess which animal they are describing. Does it sound good? We can do this in two ways. It's kind of a multiple choice. And we can either have you take turns answering a question, or you can both shout out the answer. How do you want to do that?
I don't shout very well.
Okay, no shouting, but saying the answer simultaneously. That means some questions, both of you might get points. That's fine.
Let it all out.
So Noah, can you keep score for us on this?
I will keep score.
Come
all right. Let's go with a warm up question here. All right. This animal has eyelashes on both eyelids, and has a remarkably stupid habit of thinking that it is concealed when it's hiding its neck in the bushes. And this is according to Pliny the Elder. Pliny the Elder. Is it the swan, the emu, or the ostrich?
Ostrich. I would imagine the ostrich, because they do have very pronounced eyelashes. And to think if it's in a bush that its neck is hidden when it has a very long neck would be a stupid thing to do.
Right.
I was also going to say ostrich. We did not shout it out at the same time. But yeah, I was thinking ostrich too, because it's kind of like the bury their head in the sand thing or whatever, where they can't see. So I say ostrich.
You are indeed correct. The correct answer was ostrich. So that was a good warm-up. Okay, here we go. Starting with the real questions. Here we go.
That was a warm-up.
Did that not count? Okay.
No, that didn't count.
Was a warm-up. That was a warm-up.
We could do a countdown, and then we both say our answers at the same time. How about that?
Okay,
let's do that.
I'll do that. Okay, here we go. Meriwether Lewis called this little animal, a barking squirrel, likening its barks to those of tiny little dogs. Is it the red squirrel? Is it the prairie dog? Or is it the gopher? Here we go. Answers on 3, 2, 1.
Prairie dog.
All right. Yeah, that was a good one. That was an easy one. You both
I didn't
got
really
it.
know they made noises.
Barking squirrel. Tiny little dogs. Yeah, you have obviously not taken very many walks in the open spaces of the place in which we live.
I've seen a lot of prairie dogs. I just don't feel like I ever hear them make noises. Maybe that's on me.
You have to try shooting them.
I mean, I've heard them scream when like larger animals eat them, but
whoa. Wow.
Anyway.
All right. Okay, next question. In 1667, British merchant traveler Peter Mundy described this animal as bodied like a duck, and that's duck with an E, bodied like a duck, but much bigger, with a head and bill like a gull, and wings which hang down like sleeves. Is it the great auk, the dodo, or the penguin? Bodied like a duck, great bill like a gull, and wings that hang down like sleeves. Great auk, dodo, or penguin. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Great auk.
Penguin?
It is indeed the penguin.
Ooh.
Sorry, Noah. Like, do you know what a great auk is?
Nope.
I don't think you do. It's
Oh, they just look like penguins.
That's a good strategy. Like, if you don't know what something is, go for that answer.
Go for that. They just look like weird penguins.
Oh, they do.
Good.
Oh, that definitely looks more like a duck, though.
Right.
Like when it's in the water,
like
it looks very duck-like.
Yeah.
So I don't know about Peter Mundy, but according to the
great auk, he just got confused.
According to the quiz here, the answer is penguin. So Ben, pulling ahead. Here we go. These animals have a large mouth, which they open very, very wide, and teeth at great length and exceedingly sharp. Whatever they get between them, they bite clear through. This was from Christopher Freak in 1700. The options are crocodile, alligator, or shark. Crocodile, alligator, or shark. Answers in 3, 2, 1.
Alligator.
Crocodile. It's alligator.
Shark.
The interesting thing about this quiz is it shows popular opinion. Popular opinion says crocodile, but the true answer is shark.
Oh.
According to Christopher Freak.
I was picturing a crocodile or an alligator when you were reading that, but shark.
Exactly. But it went shark.
See,
okay, so that's a... So no.
I was imagining like
1700.
it's probably like some explorer in like the Everglades of the United States who just stumbles upon a thing.
Like, were they like scuba diving in 1700? I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Maybe. All right, we'll move along. Here's the next question. In 1730, Thomas Borman explained that this animal's feet and legs are like a man's, its color is like a bear's, and it's thought to be endangered. No, it is thought to be engendered of a bear and a dog. Does that mean like a cross between a bear and a dog? It's thought to be engendered of a bear and a dog.
Engendered, cause or give rise to.
Okay, so like, yeah, I think they're assuming a bear and a dog engendered this beast. Okay, here's the options. The options are coyote, a raccoon dog, or hyena. Coyote, raccoon dog, or hyena. Feet and legs like a man, color like a bear's, and engendered of a bear dog. Answers in 3, 2, 1.
Hyena.
Raccoon dog?
What? I forgot all the answers, so I just picked the one I remember.
This game is struggling. What were you trying to say there, Noah?
Hyena. We'll go with that.
Okay. That was one of the options, and raccoon dog was one of the options. So this question is valid. This can go. The correct answer is hyena.
Oh, really?
Hyena. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They don't have
Feet and legs like a man.
No, they don't. Really? Yeah, no, they don't.
Oh man.
What kind of
All right,
man found this?
we're tied back up. All right. Well, yeah, this is great. Okay, here we go. We're moving along. The body was of a duckish color, all one lump with a head, without scales. And it had long shreds like Gorgon's hair. They hung in a manner of snakes. This is John the Friar. He wrote about this animal. The body was of duckish color, one lump with a head, without scales, and it had shreds like Gorgon's hair, hung in manner of snakes.
What?
Okay, here are the options. Is it the squid? Is it the cuttlefish? Or is it the jellyfish? Squid, cuttlefish, or jellyfish? Answers in 3, 2, 1.
Jellyfish.
Squid.
Cuttlefish.
Cuttlefish?
Come on, man. Well, I don't know.
I don't know that I really can picture a cuttlefish.
I thought
Yeah.
they was pink. Oh no, that makes more sense. They change. Okay, in fairness, they change color, don't they?
They do change colors. Like Gorgon's hair. Okay.
What is that?
I don't know, but apparently in John the Friar's time, Gorgon's hair was something everybody knew because all
that
you had
like
to
his
do was
friend?
say it.
This thing's got hair like my friend Gorgon. Oh, it's like a Greek Medusa looking thing.
Yeah, see?
Oh, I thought it was a
Man.
type of cheese.
And here we are, these old-timey like underwater questions again. Man, these guys are getting around. All right, here we go. Let's keep moving. The face of this animal resembles that of a baboon. Its movements are very sluggish, like a tortoise, and its tail is coiled up like a strap of leather. This was Aristotle describing this animal.
Whoa.
It's me.
Face like a baboon, very sluggish, and its tail coiled up like a strap of leather. That's Ben. Okay, is it the iguana? Is it the gecko, or is it the chameleon? The iguana, the gecko, or the chameleon? Here we go. 3,
Because all
2,
of these have baboon faces.
3, 2, 1.
Chameleon.
Chameleon.
It is indeed the chameleon. Good job. You guys both got that one. And we're not getting anywhere closer to having a winner since I think we're still tied up.
How close? How many do we have left?
Well, plenty. I mean, we can end this game whenever we want. I don't
First
know if
to
it's getting...
5?
End it when I win.
First to 5, you're both tied. Oh, wait, you have a total running. What's the totals
It's
now?
3-3 right now.
Okay, 3-3. Sure, we can go first to 5. Okay, here's the next one. Pliny the Elder thought that this animal was the swiftest of all beings, and it had a moan like that of a human. The swiftest of all beings, and a moan like that of a human. Is it the dolphin? Is it the cheetah? Or is it
quick,
the peregrine falcon?
Could you give us an audio clue of that moan, please, Daniel?
I feel like that would be giving the answer away. I think we all just have to imagine what Pliny the Elder felt a moan of a human sounded like. Is it the dolphin? Is it the cheetah? Or is it the peregrine falcon? Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Dolphin.
Peregrine falcon.
It is indeed the dolphin.
Oh.
Good job, Noah.
Could you make that moan for us?
I have no idea.
We'll put it side by side with a dolphin noise.
I have no idea. Okay, Noah's pulling ahead 4-3. I think the score is. Here we go. Back to Aristotle. According to Aristotle, this animal has the tail of a pig, the neigh of a horse, and a hide so thick that spears are made out of it. The tail of a pig, the neigh of a horse, and the hide so thick that spears are made out of it. Is it the rhinoceros? Is it the hippopotamus? Is it the elephant? Rhinoceros, hippopotamus, or elephant? 3, 2, 1.
Elephant.
Rhinoceros.
The tail of a pig. Come on, guys. It's the hippopotamus.
Oh, it's a hippo.
It's the hippo.
Oh.
I couldn't remember the first thing that you had said, and it was the tail of the pig.
I know, I was struggling to keep that all in my brain.
Man, it's a lot. The neigh of a horse, though. I don't know if I've ever heard what sound a hippopotamus makes.
That struck me as more rhinoceros.
Right. Okay, we're getting even older schooler here. This is 1555. Gonzalo Fernandez de Oviedo. Sorry for mispronouncing your name there, Gonzalo. He wrote that these animals have very round faces, like owls, and claws like unto birds, and their chief desire is to cleave and stick fast unto trees. Very round faces like owls. They have claws like unto birds, and their chief desire is to cleave and stick fast to trees.
All right, I got this.
Is it the squirrel? Is it the rabbit? Or is it the sloth? Squirrels, rabbits, sloth. Answers in 3, 2, 1.
Sloth.
It is indeed the sloth. That puts Noah at 5.
That's like the first time this whole game I was actually picturing the right animal before you read the options.
Right at the very start. Was it the very round face?
Squirrel.
Yeah. The claws like unto birds. Yeah, no, you're right, Noah. Ben, you were right too, but Noah had pulled ahead by 1. So good job,
Dang
Noah.
it.
You won Ye Olde Animal Quiz. Hey, let's have one parting question here. In 1730, Thomas Boorman described this animal as shaped like a boar with 2 girdles about its body, with wings like a dragon and skin covered over with scales like the shell of a tortoise. Crocodile, kimono dragon, or rhinoceros?
None of those things have wings.
Komodo dragon. Dragons have wings.
2 girdles about its body, like the wings of a dragon, and skin covered over with scales like the shell of a tortoise. Shaped like a boar.
Crocodile.
Shaped like a boar. The
What were the 3
rhinoceros. Rhinoceros.
Oh, I was gonna ask what the rhinoceros.
Komodo.
No, I'm going rhinoceros, but that's the answer.
It was rhinoceros. Good job, guys.
Well, that was fun. That was very
Ye Olde
unique.
Animal Quiz. Yeah, very unique. I don't know.
That was fun. Congratulations, Noah,
Good job,
on your
Noah.
rare victory
Hey, I
over.
win games now. It's okay.
I win games now. And thank you so much, Daniel, for being here, preparing a game, and doing awesome. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to have you on the podcast whenever you are on the podcast.
Glad to be here. Happy birthday, Ben.
And-
Should
Oh,
we all
thank
sing
you.
it? Should we all? Everyone listening right now, go ahead and put on those headphones, crank it up real loud so like your coworkers can't hear you. Let's sing Happy Birthday to Ben. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ben. Happy birthday to you.
That's going to sound really great in the sync because it's not going to be in
Everyone's-
sync.
Everyone's
I
going to
know.
be singing at different times.
Let's leave it like that.
Yeah, I won't fix it.
Well, thank you, Daniel. I appreciate it. And thank you all for listening, because you guys are the true winners, because we're all winners here at Noodles at Noon, because we give out participation trophies, I guess. But thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure you check us out on noodlespodcast.com.
Noodlespodcast.com.
And you leave us one of those speak pipe things. And we will see you next week. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Why did we go so long? That was long. That was an hour and 17.